Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasantaye Yasyat Viradavaktradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langyate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam. With the Swami's grace, we came up to, in Adhyayam 7, Slokam number 9, I think we finished yesterday, right? Punyo Gandha Prithvivyam Cha Tejascha Asmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu Tapaha Cha Asmi Tapasvishu. Now going to Slokam number 10. My dear Partha, know me as the eternal seed that has sprouted as all forms. I am the intelligence in the intelligent and the valor in the valiant. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi, Partha, sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi, tejaha tejasvinam aham. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi, Partha, sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi, tejaha tejasvinam aham. Padangal are Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi, Partha, sanatanam. Buddhihi buddhimatam asmi, tejaha tejasvinam aham. Partha, sarvabhutanam mam sanatanam bijam vidhi. Sarvabhutanam, in all embodiments, in all beings, all over the prapancham, the universe. Mam, me. Sanatanam, eternal. Bijam. Bijam is a seed from which things come. Bijam. And vidhi, know as such. Know me as the seed in all that has sprouted. Sanatanam, eternal. This play goes on timeless. Buddhimatam, buddhihi asmi, vidhi. Okay? Now, buddhimatam varishtham, we say that when we the slokam we pray to Anjaneya, right? Buddhimatam, the most intelligent, the supreme in intelligence, exalted, in intelligence. In that, asmi, now how am I present? Buddhihi, I am the intelligence in the intelligent people. One who is intelligent, I am the intelligence in his intelligence. I am the one that gives it that Shakti. Tejaha, tejasvinam aham. Tejaha means effulgence. And effulgence comes how? Not in a physical effulgence from Agni he is talking about. When you picture Paramacharya, for example, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, people who are spiritually advanced, they carry a certain tejas about them. And that comes from inner purity. And that purity is when the thought, words, and actions are all sacred, always offering them to the Lord, and they are in alignment. That purity, Trigana Suddhi, that purity gives rise to an effulgence. That effulgence is Tejaha. I am that effulgence, is what Bhagavan says. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi, Partha, sanatanam. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi, Partha, sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi, tejasvinamaham. Slokam number 11. O the most illustrious in the lineage of Bharata, Arjuna, listen. I am the strength that the strong employ in discarding desires and attachment. I am the righteous desire, the desire for divinity in beings. How Bhagavan is now revealing himself to us in a way we can cognize him. And one thing I wanted to share with you, in Tamil, we say for Brahmin, there is a word they use as papan. Papan is a word that you all would have heard in India. Papan means parpan. Parpan means one who sees. In English, we call it a seer, right? So, looking for the Lord everywhere. So that is what Bhagavan is telling us. How to look, and in whatever we look, whatever we see, where is He present, right? What attitude we should develop. That's what He's talking about. Balam, balavatam asmi, kamaraga vivarchitam, dharma viruddho bhuteshu, kamosmi bharatarshaba. Balam, balavatam asmi, kamaraga vivarjitam, dharma viruddho bhuteshu, kamosmi bharatarshaba. Bharatarshaba, Bharata, that in the lineage of Bharata, the most exaltant. And the word Rishi, as we talked about, is one who is in consonance, one with Bhagavan, Ritham, right? So Bharata, the most exalted in the lineage of Bharata, Arjuna. Aham, Balam, Balavatam asmi, Balavatam, Buddhimatam, Balavatam, the most strong, the strongest people. In which sense are they strong? Not yet, even though it also includes the physical strength. That strength also, the strength that is present in one person who is physically strong, that is also Bhagavan. Here he is talking about even something that is even stronger than that, which is Kama Raga Vivarjitam. Desire, Kamam. Ragam means attachment. Vivarjitam means to give up. To give up desire, to give up attachment, doesn't seem easy, right? So it takes strength to be able to do that. And what is that strength? Who is present as that strength? That is me, Balam. I am present as the strength in those strong people who are giving up desire and attachment. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamaha asmi bharatarshava. Now, bhuteshu, in all the beings, the dharma viruddha, not separate from, not moving away from dharma. That means fully in consonance with dharma, not separate from dharma. The beings desire. That desire, dharma viruddha kamaha. The desire that is in full consonance with dharma. And what is a desire? When the desire for divinity is the desire that is a dharmic desire. Okay? So that, the desire in all the beings, asmi, aham asmi, I am that desire, the one that is pulling us towards the lotus feet. That is what we talked about earlier, buddhi, right? Balam balavatam asmi, kamaraga vivarjitam, dharma viruddho bhuteshu, kamosmi bharatarshaba. Slokam number 12. In addition, know that whatever the impulses be they be the balanced impulses, the aggressive impulses, or the lethargic tendencies, they are all born in me only. I am not in them, however. They are in me. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasaha tamasascha ye matta eveti tan vidhi na tvaham teshu te mayi. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasaha tamasascha ye matta eveti tan vidhi na tvaham teshu te mayi. The padangal are ye cha eva satvika bhava rajasaha tamasaha cha ye matta eveti matta eva iti tan vidhi na tu aham teshu te mayi. Cha, and in addition to that, ye, whatever, whichever, satvikaha bhavaha, the tendencies, the experiences that we have, right? That's bhavam. Satvikaha. Satvikam is balanced. These tendencies, we have three tendencies: satvik, rajasic, and tamasic. Satvikam, rajasam, and tamas. Rajasam is something that aggressive tendencies, active tendencies, that's pulling us always to action. Tamasic is the one that's pulling us back from action, the lethargic, the inertia. That kind of tendencies is tamasic. And Satvikam is the one that balances both, equilibrium, gives a nice balance. So all the tendencies we have. And Satvikaha bhavaha, Rajasaha bhavaha, Tamasaha bhavaha cha, ye, whatever these tendencies are, Matta eva iti, they are all in me only. Matta eva iti, they all are originating from me, they are all sprouting from me. Thus, iti, thus, tan, them, vidhi, know, understand them, know them to have taken birth from me only. Now, two, but, na teshu aham, I, na teshu, I am not in them. Aham na teshu, I am not in them. Two, but, te mayi, they are in me. As we saw earlier, the example that Bhagavan and the elders give us is one example is in our modern life. When we watch a movie, the screen it disappears, right? And when we're watching the movie, all the play that goes on. When the movie ends, the screen is there. All the movies that we saw and all that is not in the screen, right? Even though they appear on the screen. It is like that. Or a smoke in the sky. Bhagavan is like that. Everything in him, but he is not in them. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasaha tamasascha ye matta eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mayi. Slokam number 13. The whole world is deluded by the spellbinding play of these three impulses and does not recognize me, who is changeless and beyond the impulses. Exactly like the way we watch a movie, we don't pay attention to the screen on which everything takes place, right? And to give Ramakrishna Paramahansa gives an example. When you look at a shadow, when you're walking and we look at a shadow, we see the shadow and we focus on that, but we don't think of the light that gives the shadow. So it is where our mind is. This is the interplay of the three impulses. That's what Bhagavan says. Tribihi gunamayihi bhavehi abhihi sarvamidam jagat mohitam na abhijanati mamebhyah param avyayam. Tribihi gunamayihi bhavehi abhihi tribhir gunamayir bhaveir raivihi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhyah param avyayam. The padangal are tribihi gunamayihi bhavai ebihi sarvam idam jagat mohitam na abhijanati mam ebhyah param avyayam. Ebihi tribihi gunamayihi bhavaihi ebihi. That ebihi, these, the plural. This ebihi, to these, plural version. Tribihi, three. Guna, tribihi, gunamayihi. Okay, that's gunamayihi. Tribihi, gunamayihi. In the three gunanga, the natural impulses of nature, satvikam, rajasam, tamasam. Right? These three tendencies, bhavaihi, in that experiences that coming out of those tendencies, the impulses, idam, this, sarvam jagat. Sarvam idam jagat. Idam sarvam jagat. This, all this jagat, this universe, the thing that appears and disappears continuously, mohitam, deluded, taking something to be not there. Something that is there, don't pay attention to it, but something that is not there, taking it to be real. That is mohitam. And mohitam, deluded, They are all, this whole Sarvam Jagat is Mohitam. They are all deluded, pulled by these three tendencies. Ebhyaha, that Mam Ebhyaha, that Ebhyaha, for these, Param, beyond, Avyayam, without change, incognizable. Okay, can't understand it with mind, can't cognize it with mind, cannot understand, describe it through words. That Avyayam, that beyond, Param Avyayam, Ebhyaha, beyond this, that incognizable, changeless, Mam, me, na abhijanati, do not know. All the Sarvam Jagat, being deluded by the three impulses, do not know me, who is beyond these three tendencies, these three impulses. Mohitam. Bhagavan's grace, one thought occurred to me yesterday, I think, to ask you. You don't have to answer me now. I could answer at the end of the session, or you can think about it and send an email. The classic spiritual example when you undertake spiritual study is that you all would have come across is in the evening time at the dusk, when the sun has gone down and it's not fully dark yet, and a little bit of light is left, and you're walking on the road, and there is a rope, and immediately you think it is a snake. And so when you bring the light, then you realize that it is only a rope. So in that instance, what is the actual truth? Where is the moham? That's a question that I have for you to think about. So the moment you see it, it's only a rope and not a snake. You think you have understood it, right? So you got clarity. The delusion is gone. But I wanted to think about it and tell me, and not tell me, but tell yourself where the delusion is. And one example that I wanted to give you, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow, okay? Or later on, whenever Swami wants. Tribir gunamayir bhavaihi ebhis sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanati mamebhyak paramavyayam. Slokam number 14. This faulty vision, weaved by the three impulses, is divine and very difficult to transcend. However, those who surrender to me overcome this delusion. We call this Maya, pulled by the three gunas and three impulses, all the understanding and the knowledge that we carry and the impressions that we operate under, that we call it as, that's Maya, right? This mirage. Now, this is, Bhagavan says, is very divine, very difficult to overcome. But if you surrender to me, it can be easily overcome. That's the message from here. Daivi hyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadhyante mayam etam taranti te. Daivi hyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prabadhyante mayam etam taranti te. Yesha, this, gunamayi, this, the three, the enveloped by the operating modus, if you would, right? The operations conducted by the three impulses. Mama, my, Maya is my Maya, and it is Daivi. It is very divine. Not only because it's also divine, Duratyaya. And Duratyaya, it is very difficult to transcend, very difficult to overcome, isn't it? So that's what Bhagavan says. But, whoever, Mameva, only to me, Mameva Sharanam, Mameva Prapadhyante, who, for they surrender to me, those people who surrender to me, surrender only to me. And that's very important because we surrender to many things. We surrender even to the thought that we are surrendering to Him, right? That's also not true. We must really, really surrender to Him. That's why Mameva Prapadhyante, those people, Yetam, this Mayam, this Maya, this delusion, Taranti, they transcend, they cross over. So It is a story that I've shared with you about Narada and Brahma, right? It's the same thing. When you have Bhagavan's name on your lips and Bhagavan's form in your mind, Maya cannot touch you. At that moment, you are not with Maya. You have transcended that. The thing is to keep it longer and longer. Daivi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Now another thing that to give us strength is Bhagavan said, I am the strength in your desire to give up detachment and all the things we just saw. And he also says, Bijam Sarvabhutanam, I am the seed in everything. So each one of us is divine. So we don't have to be afraid of Maya thinking it is divine. Yes, that is divine. Natural impulses are divine, and so am I. So I think of divinity, then I overcome everything. So that is the practical application of that. Slokam number 15. The foolish, the useless, the deluded and the ignorant, and those embracing demonic impulses do harmful deeds and do not surrender to me. Bhagavan is now talking the truth lovingly but in a very blunt, frank manner, right? If you surrender to me, no problem. But people don't surrender to me. Who are those people? The foolish, the useless, the deluded, and the ignorant. And those embracing demonic impulses. They do harmful deeds. They harm people, they harm everybody, and they do not surrender to me. Na mam dushkritino mudhaha prapadyante naradhamaha maya parita jnana asuram bhavam asritaha. Na mam dushkritino mudhaha prapadyante naradhamaha maya paghridya jnana asuram bhavam asritaha. The padangal are na mam dushkritinaha mudaha prapadyante naradamaha mayaya apahridya jnanaha asuram bhavam asritaha. Dushkritinaha, people, as the word you can understand, who do harmful deeds, harmful actions comprised of harmful thoughts, harmful speech, and harmful bodily action. All the three. Even if I think bad of someone, I am a dushkritinaha. Okay? Dushkritinaha. Mudaha, as Bhajagovindam Adi Shankara calls us, who's a fool? If somebody calls you or me a fool, you fool, we get angry. No, we should not get angry, because that is the truth he is speaking. Okay? And why am I a fool? I am a fool because I go around talking about but not really thinking about the Lord. I am doing things that are not important. I am thinking the impermanent, temporary things, taking them to be permanent. I am looking for happiness in the world of misery. Because all these things that I do, therefore I am a mudha. So that's what Bhagavan says. One who does not seek the lotus feet, one who is not thinking of the Lord, automatically is a mudha. Doesn't matter how much he has read. It's all irrelevant. It's absolutely meaningless and useless. So dushkritinaha mudaha naradhamaha. Oh my God. Naradhamaha is even hearing that word makes me shiver, because they are the worst of the lot, worst of the human beings, We saw Uttama. It is exactly diametrically opposite of that. Naradamaha are those people who do Panchamaha Padangal. Okay? And you can be neutral and not help others, mind your business and go. That is one thing. And you can lie here and there and then kind of go this way. But Naradamaha are people who commit these Panchamaha Padangal. They are the greatest sins. If you go kill someone, or you go and lie, or you go and seek married woman, somebody's wife. There are the 5 things like that have been given. And people who do that really, really demonic activities, demonic actions, and people who think those demonic thoughts are also naradamaha. Okay, so those people, mayaya apakruta jnanaha. Mayaya apakruta. Apakruta means to be taken over, to be grasped, to be grabbed. And so they've been grabbed by maya, my delusion, that jnanaha. Okay, that with that knowledge, right, with that intelligence. Asuram bhavam. See, now comes, you can understand. Asuram bhavam. That the asuram is somebody who harms and hurts people, asuras as we call it, right? That bhavam, that tendencies, those experiences, bound apakridam by these tendencies, na mam na asritaha. Mam, me, na asritaha. There is another prapadyante word is also there. Therefore, there is not two verbs, there is only one. So here, asuram bhavam asritaha. Here, I remember we covered this a couple of days ago, I think. Asritaha means to seek support. Asreya. Bhagavan gives us support. He is a supporter. Asritaha are those people who are being supported. So supported. So what are they supported by? Asuram bhavam. Demonic tendencies and demonic impulses. They are supported by that. They're doing this. These people, mam na prapadyante. They do not surrender to me. If you surrender to me, there is no maya. But they don't surrender to me because of these reasons. There are only 4 reasons Bhagavan gives. Asuram bhavam, maya apakruta jnanaha, naradamaha, 5. Mudaha, tushkrutinaha. So we can think through that and then see how it applies to each one of us. Why is it difficult for me to surrender to the Lord? It falls into one of these 5 reasons. Okay? I want to surrender to the Lord, but I am not able to do it. I am failing in that. I am falling short. Why? These are the reasons. Namam dushkrutino mudaha prapadyante naradamaha mayaya pakrudanyanaha asuram bhavam asrutaha. Now, it's 28 minutes over. We can take up 16. It's a beautiful, another beautiful slokam comes there. And it is just to the overall meaning and probably take up the slokam tomorrow. Okay? Slokam number 16. My dear Arjuna, now Bhagavan talks about people who worship him. People who are not worshipping him, he spoke about. Who are those people who worship me? Okay? He says, those who worship me and do good deeds are of 4 types. There are 4 types of people. And they are not, each type, they don't just remain in only one classification. They kind of move about between here and there. But it's really, they fall into 4 classifications. These are the people with suffering, one who suffers, and like lots of miseries they have, difficulties, they have illnesses, all kinds of sufferings they have. They worship me. And the second people are who want wealth, who want money. You know, they are desirous of money, they like money, they love money and wealth, comfort and all that, so they come to me. So they also worship me. And then there are people who are in spiritual knowledge. What is all this about? They want to understand, they're interested in learning Bhagavad Gita, hearing about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Rama's story, bhajans, doing worship, prayers, going to the temple. Whatever we do, seeking spiritual knowledge. Those people also worship me. And then there's a 4th type who have only me in their vision. They always keep my company in their mind. Those are the only 4 types. So he says, and I'll just read the slokam and we'll conclude that and then go through the meanings tomorrow. Chatupidha bhajante mam janaha sukrutinaha arjuna artho jignasuhu artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. So with that we will close for today and Bhagavan's grace will continue that tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.